Good morning, guys. What I'm going to do right now is go over the solutions for lesson number 3 that we are working on in code.org. Okay, so these are the solutions. So feel free to rewind, fast forward, do those sorts of things. So those of you that have been working hard, that's been very much appreciated, and everybody that's been doing these assignments is doing a great job. So here's what I usually do. So I always hit run and see what this is going to look like. Okay, I need it to look like this. Okay, so you go to do this, look at the code that sets the color. Oh, there's the code that sets the color. It says blue, but it needs to be yellow. So let's change that to yellow. Okay, we reset it and run it. So we have some of it done. Now we need to add a new square by dragging a rectangle block to the code below in the fill command, below the fill command. So it has to be anywhere below this fill command. It can be down here, you can put it in the middle, doesn't matter. So I'm going to put it at the very bottom. And one of the things that I always like to do is I like to click on Show Grid. Now I know that it needs to be lined up underneath this one over here, so I want to put it in this block, which means my my XY value has to be whatever this intersection is. So that looks like it's about, I can actually click on it. So it's 100. So the first X value would be 100 because it'll line up here. And then I count down 100, 200. So this should be 100, 200. So I need to change this 200 down here to 100. Whoop. So 100, 200. So that should take care of it. So let's hit reset and run it. And there we go. There is the solution for skill building number 6. Okay, let's move on to skill building number 7. All right, so I have a red and a blue block. I need to make it a green and a blue block, and I need the green block to be on top of the blue block. Okay, so this is pretty simple. So you're going to look at the code that draws the two rectangles. The first is drawn red, the second is drawn blue. Change the red's color to green. Change the order of the code so that the green rectangle appears on top. So that's simple enough. So we go to our red, change it to green. So if I reset it and run it, there it is. Now, all I need to do is take these two blocks and either move them down here or take these two blocks and move them up here. So here's a little trick. So I want to move these two blocks together. Okay, so I'm going to click outside here. And notice what it does. It allows me to select both of them at the same time. So now I'm just going to drag those to the bottom. Like that. I flip them around. So what I've done is I've reversed the order in which they're shown. And there we go. So we have our blue block underneath our green block. So that's the solution for number 7. Number 8. This one's super simple. It says look at the code that makes the ellipse. Add a new ellipse of a different color. So there's our ellipse. We just need to add another ellipse. Whatever color we want. So there's the ellipse. I need to put in a color before the ellipse. So let's make that one purple. Or whatever color you want. Reset. Run. There we go. That's a very simple one. Moving on to our practice. So the practice ones, basically, you choose one of these. You don't have to do all 3 of them. Just choose one of them. Okay. Debugging a car. This one is just a simple matter of moving the ellipses to the bottom. So if I go to start over, you're going to see that the ellipses are on top. So if I hit run, you don't see the entire circle. You don't see it right there. I want it to be there. So all I need to do is click outside here and select the ellipses, and I need to drag those underneath the rectangles down here. And then I hit reset, and there we go. there's a problem. So what did I just forget to do? I forgot to bring the color of the top of the wheels down as well. So I'm going to drag the fill right above the ellipses. I'm glad I made that mistake so I can show you. And there we go. There's the solution for that one. Let's go back. Now this one's the most difficult. This one is just a matter of getting the numbers in there. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but you do have to move these purple petals over to here. So if I go to, you'll see down here what I've done, the two ellipses. I've just used my grid. And so like this ellipse right here, I used 225, so they went over 100, 200, 225 is right here. All right, and if I wanted to move this one over just a little bit, that's 225 by 195. So if I wanted to move this over just a little bit and say make it 230, let's see how far over that'll push it. I pushed it over just a little bit. This one, I can go down a little bit. So this one is at, let's see, 100, 225 that way. So I can actually change that to, say, 230. Reset, run. So it moved it down just a little bit. So it's just a matter of messing around with the numbers on the two ellipses that are away from the original section. Okay, so I'm not going to redo this one, but that's how you do this one. This one is a little bit tricky, and like I said, it doesn't have to look perfect. All right, and then the last one, this one's super simple. This one is just changing the colors, right? So I'm going to start it over here and show you. So obviously when I run it, the colors are wrong. We've got to have red, yellow, green. So you just change this to red, yellow, and green. Reset, run. There you go. Super simple. And the test. Okay, so the test, if you run it, it looks like this. All right, so if I show my grid, I need this square to be right here. So remember how we measure where squares go on the grid. So we're measuring from the top left point right here. So you can see that the rectangle says 175, 175. So that's where it is. So if we count over 100, 150, half, there's 175, and then there's 175. So we need to move this over to here, which is 1, and then 50, and then 150. So this, the 175 and 175 should be 150 and 150. So we change those. And you'll see that it's in the middle and it's behind. So this one is just a simple matter of dragging the block to the bottom. Because notice here, the purple fill, which is the color of the center there, if we drag the rectangle under the purple, it's going to change the color of the rectangle. And because we're dragging it to the bottom, it's going to put it on top of these 4 circles. So let's do that. Drag it to the bottom, let it go, run it. There it is. Perfect. Okay, so those are the solutions for lesson 3. Good luck.